that you're out there and you find a deal. You found a transaction and you think, here's the situation. I'll train you the points of which to look. I'm talking about like, I know somebody that's getting a divorce. They're losing their house. They can't afford to stay there. Someone's passed away. I know someone who has a house that's free and clear. These will all be things that come down. Hey, so-and-so's house is free and clear, but they don't have enough money in which to buy their medication every month. But they're sitting on a well of equity in their house. How do we turn that into an income for them so that now they can live there? But also, you've heard of a reverse mortgage. Have you ever seen that on TV?
I've heard something like that.
I don't know who's doing that out there. Some actor like Tom Selleck or something like that. It's a great product. It's not that but it's a product that pays you a little bit of money every month in the bank. It's basically like taking a loan against your house every month. That's what that is. But what if we could use a loan and go buy another one? That's what I did with my 86-year-old grandmother.
So borrow from this one.
Yeah, from the free and clear house.
Create this one.
Yeah, there's free and clear. We take out a loan here.
Don't borrow against this one again, making this one owe money.
Now, let's say that we're retired now. The house is free and clear.
Yeah, don't borrow.
Oh, sure, absolutely. That house scares me to death because of the liabilities that the house creates. Okay? So if they were to go out and go, oh, well, I have a house that's free and clear. They borrow at, what is the rates today? 4.5, something like that. Okay? They borrow from the bank, just get a small loan. Now they're out. They're going to purchase an existing mortgage, maybe over on this house. Okay? They're going to buy this contract. Those lenders that I told you about, investment grade, they don't want a lot of risk. So they go over here and they go, oh, there's a mortgage here. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to collect the payments on it. And it pays me 9%. 9% versus 4% gives me a 5% per month income.
Yes.
Okay. So, and this purchase of this mortgage is more secure than what they had it in previously, because its house is worth 100 and they're owed 50. So they have $100,000 collateral. This one's $100,000 collateral.
They're not owed nothing.
Well, now they owe just a little bit, but they still have equity. Here's my point. If house values go down now, right, they could lose equity like we did in 2008. This house would have to fall by half the appraised value in order for them to be affected. So their money's safe. That's just a paradigm shift as we're talking about LLCs and things that people go, wait. Like, for instance.
So you're just moving the money around.
No, you're just buying an asset. This is all that it is. You're buying an asset. In this right here, you're borrowing against your asset. And you're buying an asset that is it's still secured by real estate.
Exactly.
But it has an income that exceeds what this your outgo is. That's
and you do that 20,000 times.
Making money is only about gravity. Okay? It's about the asset that it secures, its value, and the accumulation of cash flow. Okay?
So if you do this 2 or 3 times,
sure,
your cash flow will pay for this loan that's on this house, and you'll keep it going. You could do it 5 or 6 times.
It's about buying something that's more secured than the thing that you just sold. That's what we need to be working towards.
Yes.
That's the upward spiral. It's about controlling taxation, because as a rental, we get the tax deductions against our property that allow us to keep more of our income. Okay? So if you can write off more expenses, like you pay rent right now, but you're not able to write it off. So if you have income.
And I don't own the home.
Yeah, so we need to own a home. So let's follow the 30 days that follows the class. And I'm going to help you go through that process. And we're going to make some offers.
Okay.
And we're going to set you up in a structure. Here's what. I don't want to use anything that wouldn't be available to you today if you went out there and did it yourself.
So
I'm not going to loan you any money.
Score.
I'm not going to loan you any money myself. We'll use
somebody else.
Sources that would be available to anybody.
Anyone. Oh, perfect.
So that you can duplicate it.
You know I'm ready to buy a house, right?
Yes.
Now, so you don't need a credit score to buy the home?
Well, we're going to we're giving birth to a brand new LLC. It's not really going to have any credit.
So it has nothing to do with me.
If I came into you today
Wow.
and I gave you $100 bill, you're going to look at my credit score in order to loan me $50? You've already got my collateral.
Right.
You know? So that's...
No, you don't. They're not going to look at it because...
Well, it's a consideration. It's just not the consideration, right?
Okay.
So,
I hear you.
So we're going to do that type of structure, and we're going to do that type of secured mortgage structured projects. Okay.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, what you want a place now? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a home.
Okay. So it just has to have four walls and a roof.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I want something really nice, really sophisticated. Definitely something that's not falling apart. Structure is good. Roomy, accommodates family. You know.
When I asked you today what you did, you knew, came out like that had been said before.
Yeah.
What's the picture on the wall of where you want to live? What's that look like?
Oh, I have a vision board.
Okay.
And it's this nice house. And in the middle is this pool with the sitting area in the middle of it. And of course, it probably needs to be in Washington, but I need it to be covered up. Like you can use it anytime. And it's not, it's almost like one of these houses on the lake you have here. It's with the windows and it's nice. I have a picture of it.
So, how many kids live with you now?
A lot of them.
Any of them that you don't know? Okay, no.
Right. No, so I have 4 in the home, but they have boyfriends and
I got you.
Extended family members of their own.
If that's the case, so what I'm thinking is, in today's day and age, if you want an expensive place, now maybe that's something that's years away, but you could buy a larger place and support its income by doing a Airbnb, right?
Yeah, so like a 2,500 square foot home. I think I'm in a 2,500 square foot now.
Okay.
So something 2,000 to
4 bedroom, 5 bedroom.
Yep, 5 bedroom. Like maybe 2 living rooms, a bonus room.
Okay.
I think that's something I could start off with.
Well, one of the harder things to sell is properties above 5 bedrooms. So if we're thinking about if we're a seller and
4 bedrooms,
what's harder to sell, as a buyer, we're going to have more clout when we come in, right?
So we would a 4 bedroom or 3 bedroom,
or maybe a 6 bedroom.
You said it's harder to sell.
It's harder to sell those properties.
The 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to want the best terms and price for the property when we get into it, because you might use those extra bedrooms as a source of income for yourself. You might rent one of those rooms, and that will help you with the mortgage payment.
Or
we have to keep our cash flow crazy, because I did those things. I went out and bought sports cars and, beach houses and the whole thing. Not being ready because my cash flow wasn't there yet. I just had a lot of money in equity. I had this, but what I had is I owed all these mortgages and my equity was way up there. I'm the last to get paid. Remember that. As the owner of a house, they pay off what you owe first, and then they give you the equity. So if you can't pay it off, all these people are going to take the property before you get any.
So borrow it out first and put it somewhere else.
If we can borrow our equity out and buy a first mortgage over there, now
nice.
We want that one in the drawer LLC, right? That's what that's the chips we took off the table. I'm a poker player, so sometimes when you come with X amount of dollars, $500, you take the $500 off the poker table, you're playing with your winnings,
You're
right?
playing with
Okay, play house money.
Yes.
All right, so if that's the case, we're going to do that. We're going to structure purchases. What if we built the house that you want? Because land is harder to sell than houses are.
Really? So would we want to buy something that's hard to sell?
We want to buy something that's hard to sell, improve it, improve its terms, okay? Improve the terms in which we can sell it on, and we'll increase the value of the property. For instance,
Okay.
How come in 2008 values went crazy? Well, the reason is because they made it easy for you to get a loan.
Okay.
Okay? You remember 2008 when everybody out there was just lying on their applications to the bank and saying, here, I make $50,000 and I walk dogs or whatever, right?
And I heard some people were making fake income statements.
Everything. Okay? My clients didn't mess with conventional loans because when they did a conventional loan like that and they put down, yes, here's how much, they were actually securing every asset that they had. Okay? My clients borrowed from that lender on that house. That's it. They didn't want to borrow it individually.
No.
But you can build the type of home that you want because land's harder to sell. Land is harder to sell to someone than a house because the person's going to have to build a house on it, and some people don't want to go through that step.
But then how do you find the builders and how do you borrow the money on land that's a house that's not there?
Well, we can borrow against the existing value of the land because that's all we need to really buy. Sure.
Jeez.
Yeah, we just buy the land and build what we need. So the loan will include the part for the land and the part for construction.
To build the house.
Yeah, so it's like a two-part loan. There's the land part, and then here's the construction part. And you'll what we call forced appreciation, force the value up.
When you build the house.
Right.
You create the equity.
Right.
Because you're building something valuable.
And it didn't cost you as much to, you don't owe the whole amount. So you could build that. Matter of fact, you might even be able to structure it so that your equity is in first position.
This is a lot of great information.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. I have a house on my phone too. I took a picture of.
Okay.
It's somewhere in Park. I don't know where it's at. I drove by and I had to stop by and take a picture of it. And I always think to myself, you never know how you will get this thing that you want and that you desire. You never know how it's going to come to you.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Picture.
I'll tell you this. When I met you at the offices, like you said, you're fabulous.
Doing my side job.
Right. Doing it, though. And then I called you up. Oh, we talked that day, and I said, I'm going to do some podcasts, and I would love to hear your perspective on this. And then you got in your car, and you did it. You came out here. And that's all you're going to need. That and an ID.
An ID.
You need an ID.
I didn't. No passport, no identification.
Just some ID.
I have that.
You're going to be able to. You're going to have to get notarized. You know why? You know why you need an ID? If you didn't have an ID, your friend could be. You're just going to get notarized once in a while, and you have to be. Yeah, I'm the person who actually is signing this document.
Yes.
That secures it against these things.
What about you said ID? I just have to wait and see what comes. I mean, no money, just
not it. There's going to be money that's
not our
borrowed.
Own money.
Yeah, it's going to be borrowed against here. We just need to structure it with the real estate agent. We're going to put it out there. We're going to say, here's Mr. or Mrs. Seller. Here's how we're going to buy your house. Okay. We'll give you this much money now. We'll give you a portion of it then. Sometimes we don't even have to have the seller carry any portion of this. Sometimes you're just buying a good deal right now.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you just find a great deal and you can buy it, and the lender looks at it and goes, that's a great deal. And so they'll loan you all the money to do it and fix it up. That's okay. We need to just identify the transactions. And if we can spot the transactions, we have a saying, and that is no good deal goes unfunded.
Okay.
Okay? So if it's a great deal, you'll be... Now here's the thing. You don't have to be the one to even buy them. If you found a great deal that wasn't right for you, you could sell it to the next party.
How do you sell it?
Well, if I sign...
And you don't own it.
Well, now let me explain this.